So, Juliana is Gabriel's sister. If you've read the first book or seen anything about my first book, Beauty Restored, you meet Gabriel in that book, and he is the prince of the Spring Realm. And so, Juliana is his sister, and she is the princess of the Spring Realm. Juliana, obviously, she grew up in the Kingdom of Light, and the Spring Realm is known as the Kingdom of Light and the Realm of Light, and her kingdom, Genesia, is also known as the Kingdom of Light. So there's kind of just this stigma that she has to live up to her entire life of living under the pressures of being not only just a child or a dweller in the Kingdom of Light, but she is like the princess of the Kingdom of Light. And so just the pressures that she faces of feeling like she always has to be spot on, she always has to be a person of light, and she can't have struggles with darkness. Like, she views the world as, I can't struggle with this. I struggle with darkness, and this isn't okay because I live in the Spring Realm. I'm the princess of the Spring Realm. And you see a lot. She's very tied to darkness, and she's always had kind of this long streak of darkness in her that she doesn't understand fully, but she also can't help but give into sometimes because it's just so much for her to not give into it. And a lot of times as people, like, we find those places of darkness where we find acceptance or we find fulfillment in things that aren't fulfilled in our own lives. And so it's very easy to give into those things. And so in Juliana's story, you kind of just see the war inside of her all the time. And being in the Kingdom of Light too, she feels like she can't share that side of her with anyone because she's afraid of what they're going to think of her. She's afraid of what they're going to do to her if they ever found out. And so it's just kind of a very interesting character, and I just really wanted to create that stark contrast between the dark and the light and show that not everything is always as it appears or as it seems. So Juliana is, like I said, is the main character of Beauty Redeemed, and you'll see quite a contrast between her and, say, like Bryn or Ariana, because where Bryn and Ariana were more pale and had the blonde hair and the blue eyes, Juliana has kind of this brown hair that's just kind of cascades down her shoulders all the time because she'd rather wear it down and be free and not as restricted as her mother would like her to be, or proper as her mother would like to be. And she has like the pink rosy cheeks, she has flowers in her hair all the time, and just her gowns are all different colors, like the lavenders and yellows and greens, and just different things to kind of bring out that spring essence and kind of show her connection to the spring realm in it. And you kind of see her as this carefree person who doesn't care for all the rules of royalty and hates all the restrictions and rules that her mom puts on her. And she always feels like her mom has to be so proper and royal all the time. And she would much rather just curl up with a good book or her writing or her sketching and just not be in the eyes of the realm all the time. But you also see a contrast, whereas you would think she was just this bright, cheery person all the time living in the spring realm, she does have a tie to darkness. And so you kind of see that inward introspection in her, and you kind of see more of a pull into herself, maybe compared to some of the other characters, because she does struggle with darkness. And so it's a very hard thing for her to be living in the Kingdom of Light and to be struggling with that all the time. So it's kind of a contrast. You would think that the spring princess would be just this bright, carefree thing, and she's not. She has her own struggles and battles that she deals with.